And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. I am finally back, ready to go for some playoff action. And we have a huge elimination game tonight. The Boston Bruins against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Bruins up 3-1 in the series. Back on home ice, trying to close this thing out, which they could not do last year. And, obviously, Toronto is fighting to try and keep their season alive and live to fight another day. So, should be a good one tonight. Obviously, Bruins Leafs. It's been a great series so far for us that are Bruins fans, or people who just don't like the Leafs, whether you're a Bruins fan or not. But another rough one so far for the Leafs to lose both games at home and go down 3-1 in this series. Definitely not what they were hoping for. But the Bruins did blow a 3-1 series lead to Florida last year and ended up losing in 7. So this series is not over yet. This is not over until the Bruins actually win that fourth game. I'm not going to jump ahead or jump to conclusions here. We all know what happened last year. I'm certainly hoping that the Bruins have learned their lessons from last year and we're not going to see a repeat of that. But until this series is actually done, I'm not going to be calling it done at all. But Boston definitely is in the driver's seat at this point with this 3-1 lead and home ice advantage. So should be a fun one. Gonna be a fun one. It's my first stream of the playoffs. I've been really busy the last couple weeks. I've watched a decent number of games, but I haven't been able to stream anything yet, but getting going tonight. Finally, it's a big game. It's an elimination game. Should be a really fun one. Hopefully, a really good one for us Bruins fans, but we'll see what happens. And over these next 2.5 to 3 hours, we're going to find out whether the Bruins will advance tonight to round 2 or if Toronto forces a Game 6 back up in Leafland coming up later in the week. So, all right, we got a ton in the chat already, so it's time for me to stop talking and start saying hello. We've got Derek, Mike, Nathan, Ian, Austin, Mark, Water King, CL, Yoshi Bros, Riddled, Joey, B. Mitchell, who else is new? Riding the Storm, Vaughn. What is going on? Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Obviously, big news is that Austin Matthews is out for this game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He didn't play at the end of game number 4. He left with an illness. They're saying it's an illness. Obviously, I don't have any other information other than what's been publicly said. So Austin Matthews out with an illness, and he is not playing in Game 5. Sounds like Boston is also going to be without Danton Heinen. He's been kind of banged up. He hasn't practiced the last couple of days. He's kind of been a guy that they've been giving maintenance days to recently, and sounds like he's not going to be in the lineup for the Bruins tonight. So Justin Brazeau does return. He had a really good stint with Boston at the end of the year before getting injured in the last few weeks of the season. He was playing really well before that, since getting called up from the AHL. He is healthy enough to play, draws into the lineup with Heinen out, and that will be your lineup change there for the Bruins. So obviously, Boston's absences don't compare to the Maple Leafs losing their best player, and they're obviously the league's leading goal scorer from this year, Austin Matthews. That's a massive loss for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll see if they can do anything, if they can maybe rally around it and put together a better team effort, knowing Matthews is not in the lineup. All right, we've got Chris here. We've got, who else news come in? We've got Leo, welcome. Welcome, Leonardo. Duke is here. What's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We're not talking about that, Vaughn. We're not even entertaining the thought of that, honestly. Just focused on tonight and trying to see if they can close out the game tonight. It's one game at a time in the playoffs. It's going well, Austin. Work has been good. Pretty busy recently, but work's been good. I'd say we're probably about 5 minutes or so away from getting the puck drop in this one. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This is the first of 4 games tonight. There's a bunch of Game 5s tonight. We've got the Islanders and Hurricanes starting up in about half an hour. Colorado and Winnipeg play later tonight at 9:30 Eastern Time. And the late game, 10 o'clock Eastern, is out in Vancouver, where the Canucks will be hosting the Predators. Vancouver leads 3-1 in that series. Colorado leads 3-1 over Winnipeg, and Carolina leads 3-1 over the New York Islanders. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot that the Hurricanes-Islanders series was even still going on, because that series felt over as soon as the Islanders blew that 3-goal lead that they had. Was it Game 2 or Game 3? I think it was Game 2. They blew the 3-goal lead, and it really felt like that series was over from that point on. I fully expect the Hurricanes to close that out tonight. Winnipeg, man, I picked Winnipeg to win that series. I thought the Jets were going to be a lot better. Connor Hellebuck has imploded. And that's really the thing with Winnipeg, is like how good or bad they are completely depends on Connor Hellebuck and how he's playing. He was arguably the best goaltender in the league in the regular season. He has imploded in these playoffs. He's given up a ton of goals. I think he's given up like 5 goals a game so far in the postseason. So obviously pretty brutal there for the Jets. Maybe they can win one and at least get it to a 6th game, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of these series are going to be over tonight. And then Nashville and Vancouver. Nashville completely choked the game away in game number 4. They had the lead in the 3rd period with they had a 2-goal lead with a few minutes left. Colton Sissons, all he had to do was hit a wide open empty net, and the game would have been over. The series would have been tied 2-2. Instead, they choke it away. They lose in overtime. And I feel like that's probably the end of it for Nashville. That was just way too deflating of a loss for them to come back from. So that is your action around the league tonight. And there's a lot of Game 5s. I think a lot of these series are going to be over tonight with them all at 3-1. So we're doing the national anthems now, Canada and U.S., and then we'll be dropping the puck. Hey, good luck to everyone, whatever team, whoever you're rooting for in this game or in these playoffs. Wishing everyone best of luck. Hope you're all enjoying the postseason, having a good time, enjoying the hockey. What's going on, Hockey from Home? Welcome in. I picked Dallas in that series, riding the storm. I wasn't too happy with how that series started, but Dallas went out on the road and won both games in Vegas. So now they're back tied up at 2. I'm still sticking with Dallas. They were my original pick, so I'm going to roll with them. Yeah, I think a lot of all these series that are being played tonight are 3-1 leads for whatever team's ahead. I think a lot of them are going to be finished tonight, to be honest with you. Yeah, Colton Sissons hitting the post and missing the empty net pretty much just destroyed Nashville's chances of winning that series. I mean, at least heading back to Vancouver tied up at 2, you know, you're still in a decent spot there. It's still very even. Down 3-1 going back to Vancouver after a devastating loss like that. I don't see Nashville bouncing back. Also, I forgot to mention the goaltending change for Toronto. Joseph Woll's playing tonight, so they move from Samsonov and Joseph Woll's in now. They're trying to shake things up in net. Obviously, Jeremy Swayman's in for Boston. Mike and Julie, welcome in. I'm trying to see if I missed any other names in the chat. I think I've said hi to everybody. Mike and Julie, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for watching. We are lined up at center ice. Game 5. Bruins up 3-1. About to begin. Leafs fighting for their lives. They win the opening draw and dump it into the Boston zone. Hampus Lindholm takes a hit there from Tavares. Not able to move it out. Over now to Carlo. Up the boards he goes. That's past everybody all the way down. No icing. Wall comes out to get it. Plays it up the wall. Into the offensive zone. Here's Morgan Riley. Leafs quickly back the other way. Easy save there by Jeremy Swayman holding the post. Morgan Geekie grabs it. He's up into the offensive zone now. Drops it for Coyle. Back to Geekie behind the net looking for a wraparound play to Marchand. Has it just roll off the end of his stick. He could have roofed it if he had control of that puck, but he wasn't able to secure the pass. Big missed opportunity there in the first minute of the game for the Bruins. Now Pasternak's line comes out. Jake DeBrusk throws it in. That one goes blocked, however, and the Leafs send it back out the other way. McAvoy chased with Lowry. Out in front. Leafs have it. High slot. Domi tries to shoot. Gets one off on the second chance, but rips it wide. Fanned on the first one, fired it the second time, but it missed glove side wide past the post. Bruins then ice the puck. And we're going to get a whistle here. An offensive zone faceoff coming up now for Toronto. Still scoreless in this one. Obviously just getting started. Down it goes now in the corner. Played to Domi below the goal line. He's trying to spin away from Lowry. He has Bertuzzi out in front. Marner playing the half wall. Obviously with no Matthews, Marner moves up into a really amplified role here. Not that he doesn't have a big role to begin with. He's obviously one of the core 4, but with Matthews out, I think that puts really all of the spotlight in on Marner to see what he can do to try and, make up for the absence of Austin Matthews. And he's the one playing up now with Bertuzzi and Domi. Domi now centering that line instead of playing wing. Here's Parker Wotherspoon for Boston behind his own net. He's pressured by the Toronto forecheck. They force a turnover. Leafs keep it in, but the Bruins block the shot. Now they'll get it out. Neutral zone over the red line. Can't do much with it. That was a bad dump-in attempt by Frederick that went nowhere. Leafs dump it the other way, and the Bruins have to regroup. It's Mason Lowry, rookie defenseman. Pass over to Charlie McAvoy. 2.5 minutes into this first period. Bruins enter the offensive zone. There's a shot. Whoa, with a good shoulder save. Taken again out in front through the middle to Lowry on the side. His shot gets blocked. Trying to get to the loose puck, Boquist, but the Leafs come away with it as Maroon lays a hit. And it's up and out, cleared there. Back the other way, here's David Camp, fires one in. Swayman easily sticks that aside. Pat Maroon chips it off the boards out to the neutral zone. Into the offensive end, here's Jesper Boquist. He can't control the puck and has it stolen away. Hey, what's going on, Joseph? What's going on, Jamie? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Gretchen, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Moved out now. Bruins have it. Neutral zone. Here's Coyle. He dumps it deep. Will chase in on the forecheck. He lays a hit on Liljegren. Geekie gets in. Tries to work it along the wall. Nyes can't get it out of the zone. Carlo cross corner dumps it. Nesson just put the scoreboard back up, Water King. I think they were having some technical difficulties with it. Domi takes it now in the corner offensive zone. Pastrnak not able to work past 2 Leafs to get it out. Marner now below the goal line, gets it to Bertuzzi, back to Marner. Marner skates it up the wall, pulls it away from the Bruins D. Cross-ice pass, too much of a bouncing puck for McCabe to handle, but the Leafs keep possession in the offensive end. Marner over to Benoit. Benoit with a shot. Rebound chance. Swayman with the pad save. Here's Bertuzzi with a sharp angle shot that goes off the outside of the goal. Bruins really struggling here, hemmed in their own zone. Leafs with tons of pressure. And finally, Boston just tosses it down the ice. It's going to go for icing. They relieve the pressure, at least for a minute. Wow, what a shift there from Toronto's first line without Matthews. Bertuzzi, Domi, and Marner just almost a full minute in the offensive zone, just putting on all kinds of forechecking pressure, and the Bruins could not handle it. Hey, what's going on, Aries? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you. Off the draw, Leafs with a shot there that gets blocked to the corner. Leafs once again first on the puck, but Nylander can't control. The Bruins get it to the neutral zone. Boy, Boston here really struggling with the Zacha line on the ice. Finally, they can get a line change as Grzelcyk takes a hit from Tavares, moves the puck up the wall, and they get it out. What's going on, BC Transportation? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Leafs take it back in their own zone now. And that one's sent cross corner. Here's Frederick on the wing. Oh, Nesson lied about Danton Heinen being out. He's out there right now playing with Frederick and Van Riemsdyk. Nesson in the pregame show spent like 3-4 minutes talking about Danton Heinen not being in the lineup, and now he's in the lineup. So I don't know what they were talking about on the pregame show, but they were dead wrong about that. Heinen's playing on the third line with Van Riemsdyk and Frederick. Hey, what's going on, Jack? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Steven, what's going on? Great to see you. Thanks so much for watching. Long shot there. And the Leafs strike first. Jake McCabe from the point right off the face-off. It's kind of a seeing eye shot through a bunch of traffic in front. And it finds its way through the pile of bodies and into the back of the net. Toronto scores first right off this face-off in the offensive zone. And it might have actually been deflected. That looks like it might have gone off a stick on the way through. Certainly a screen, maybe a deflection. Either way, it ends up in the back of the net. The Bruins can't win a face-off in their own zone, and that's what happens. So Boston, who spent a lot of time in the first 5 minutes of this game in their own zone, finally pays for it as Toronto gets the early lead. They're up 1-0. Another long shot. That time it gets blocked. Bruins come back the other way. Here's Morgan Geekie. Geekie. Pass to Marchand. His shot gets blocked off of Leafs defenseman, up and out of play. So we are just over 6 minutes into this one. 13:55 to go in period one. Leafs strike first. It looks like it is Jake McCabe's goal. Bodies in front. Goaltender can't stop the puck if he can't see it. And Toronto gets the good start that they want here on the road. All right, so we've made it to our first commercial break here. Bruins and Leafs, obviously, Leafs getting the start that they wanted. Tons of time in the offensive zone. Boston's back on their heels, and Toronto strikes first. This looks way too familiar. Way too familiar as to what we saw last year, where the Bruins just not being able to put anything away. But still a lot of hockey left to be played here. We're only 6 minutes in. While we're here enjoying some playoff hockey, I think it's time to get this bad boy cracked. So we're going to get a good cheers in the chat here while we get ready to get back into the action. And let's see. We got a good crack on the can. We got a cheers, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for watching. It's awesome to have you here. Really appreciate each and every one of you. As we've got Game 5, Bruins and Maple Leafs. And hopefully it's a great night. It's a great stream. And thank you all for the support. Cheers, everybody. Leafs win the draw in their own zone. They quickly get it out. Dumped back down as Yarncroke chases against Wotherspoon. Bruins look very slow in this game. Toronto is winning every race to loose pucks. Every single one is going to Toronto. Boston looks like they're a full step behind of the Maple Leafs so far tonight. McCabe sends it up, ducks the Maroon hit. It's dumped in. Chasing down to the corner. Big battle for it now in the corner. Multiple players from each team. It squirts back out right to Toronto as they set up again in the offensive zone. Boquist tries to steal and finally gets it away from Nylander. Bruins with a chance to get out, and they just ice the puck. Then completely back on their heels, not making passes, not controlling the puck at all. Boston looks all out of sorts here. Can't even get a simple pass out of their zone. Never mind make a real play. Off of the draw. Again, pass way offline. I don't know what they were trying to do there. Leafs get it right back in the neutral zone. Carry into the offensive end. Nyes chases on the forecheck. Ian Carlo goes shoulder to shoulder. Around it goes here. Leafs still have it. Tavares gets it away from DeBrusk. DeBrusk finally able to muscle it out. Pastrnak can't control. Just has to spin around and dump it in. He couldn't drag the puck in with him. Leafs move up. Stolen by Pastrnak at the blue line. Trying to go through 4 Leafs, though, after that, and he turns the puck over. What's going on, Sherry? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Brandon Carlo, pass up the wing. Bruins dump it again to the offensive zone for Lyubushkin to play. Around it goes to the middle. Toronto's first on it. Domi gets the puck out of the zone. Into the offensive end, Edmondson. Dropped back for Bertuzzi. Knocked away by Coyle. Bruins come quickly up ice into the offensive end. There's a shot high and wide. Bruins very, very little offensive zone time in this first 9 minutes. McAvoy back in his own end, regrouping here for Boston. Passes it up, dumps it into the offensive zone. McCabe behind the net. Bruins get a line change. Out with speed through neutral ice into the offensive zone. There's a shot that goes high off glass. Holmberg beats McAvoy to the puck. McAvoy, though, physical along the end wall, is able to get it back. Now it's Frederick out of the zone. Gains the red line, dumps it in. Bruins going in on the forecheck. McCabe able to knock it by everybody. Bruins keep it in for now out high at the blue line. Pile of bodies looking to come away with possession. Leafs chip it out to the neutral zone. Leafs get it up and out. Cleared there. Wotherspoon goes D to D. Grizzlick. Pass up. Wall comes out. Leaves it behind the net for Morgan Riley. Fourth line back out on the ice here for Boston. Dumped in by Toronto, though. Their fourth line on the ice as well. Bruins clear it out. Leafs chase back to their own end looking for a regroup. Swayman comes out of the net. Sends it up the wall. That one bounces around. Ends up back on a Bruins stick. They go D to D. Here's Carlo. Carlo gains center. Dumps it in. Wall comes out. Gives it to his defenseman. Bruins not quick enough on the forecheck. Nyes gets it out of the zone. Here's Tavares into the offensive end. 3-on-3. Chance there. That one shot wide of Swayman's pad. Down behind the net, Lowry. Tavares keeps him at bay. Back to the point. Back to Tavares. Lowry again with Nyes right on him. Gives the puck away, but then Nyes' attempt to get it back out in front goes off of a skate and the Bruins can clear. Boston here. Another one off of a skate. They got to get back. They do. It's McAvoy. Nice chasing. D to D. Back to McAvoy. 9:25 to go here in the first period. Toronto up 1-0 on Jake McCabe's goal. Controlling play. Not a lot of great chances. Here's a 2-on-1 though. Pass across. Domi can't get it through. Grizzlick, who makes a huge poke check there. Marner trying to find Bertuzzi on the back post, but it deflects off a stick up into the netting. Not a lot of offense. Only 5 total shots on goal in this period that we're now over halfway through. But Toronto definitely controlling the play, carrying the play. All the puck possession right now belongs to Toronto. Bruins only have 1 shot on goal in the first 11 minutes of this game. And this is not what Boston was hoping for on home ice. This is exactly what the Leafs were hoping for to come out and do on the road. And the Bruins really better get their act together if they don't want to go down a very unfortunate road that we saw them go down last year. Put it that way. They have got to wake up. Bruins writers are not happy right now. Connor Ryan goes, Bruins handling the puck like a hand grenade tonight, which is very accurate. I don't think they've made 1 clean pass yet. They are handling the puck like a hand grenade. And Ty Anderson goes, this is without question the worst they've looked at any point in this series. They're in desperate need of a shift with more than 10 seconds spent in the Toronto zone. Which, again, I'm pretty sure I think he's right. They have not spent very much more than 10 seconds at one time in the offensive zone yet in this game. So, obviously, not the start that the Bruins were hoping for. Here's Toronto again off the face-off. Shot attempt from Nylander gets blocked, and good thing it got blocked because there were a lot of bodies in front of Jeremy Swayman. Probably would have been screened on that one if that had made it through. And finally now, Toronto's the team that ices the puck. Boston's already had a few icings in this game. Now Toronto ices it. The faceoff will come back down to their zone. Vernon, what is going on? Welcome in, man. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Always great to see you in the chat. We're a little over the halfway mark of this first period. Toronto with the 1-0 lead, trying to keep their season alive. There have still only been 5 total shots in this game. Leafs with 4, Bruins with 1. And it's up and out of the zone. Cleared again by Yarncrook and the Leafs. Bruins cannot keep any sort of sustained pressure going in this game. Another pass that's way offline. I'm not even sure who that was supposed to be to, but it ended up a full 2 feet behind David Pastrnak, who had to curl back and get it. Now McAvoy turns the puck over, and the Bruins have to regroup again back in their own zone. I mean, I don't understand how they look this bad in this game. It's like they don't even know how to play hockey anymore. They're slow. They're not passing the puck even remotely accurately. And now they're going to take a penalty. Toronto's going to the power play. Bruins take a roughing penalty here in the defensive zone, and Toronto's going to get the first power play of the game. So they already lead 1-0, and now they're getting a power play chance to try and extend the lead to 2. And the Bruins just cannot do a single thing right so far tonight. Marchand there with a... Oh, excuse me, it's not a power play. Never mind. I thought the ref was calling a penalty. He must have just been saying the puck was played with a high stick. I thought the referee had his hand up, but it must have been puck played with a high stick. Because there's no one in the penalty box. So we are still 5-on-5. And the Bruins, once again, not able to get the puck out of their zone. So Jeremy Swayman has to make another save. It will be another offensive zone face-off here for Toronto in the Boston end. And it's won again by the Maple Leafs, who I think have won almost every face-off so far in this game. The Bruins aren't skating. They can't pass. They can't win a face-off. They have 1 shot on goal 13 minutes into the game. I mean, there is absolutely nothing that the Bruins have done right so far tonight. As Swayman holds the post on that one and covers it up. 6:59 remaining, and it will be another offensive zone faceoff for the Leafs, who have spent most of this game in the offensive zone. Hey, what's going on, Andrew? Welcome in. Drac, welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to see you guys in the chat. Thanks for coming by. Shots are now 7-1 in favor of the Toronto. Brought up now, up into the offensive zone. Pastrnak drives wide, gets checked there by Edmondson, gets a puck back to the point. Down it goes. Back to the point, long shot there from Carlo. That one deflects just wide. Leafs get it out and send it back to the Boston zone. Carlo plays, trying to get a quick back up through the neutral zone, but Heinen curls back and Bruins instead opt for a line change. Brought up now through the neutral zone, over the line, up into the offensive end. Chance here, bounce in front, and Frederick scores! Boston on their second shot of the game! Trent Frederick finds a way to put it through Joseph Woll, and Boston ties it up. In a period they've been completely outplayed. It is back 1-1. It is tied again. The puck bounced off of Pat Maroon's skate as Benoit tried to clear up the wall. The puck bounced off of Pat Maroon's skate right to the front of the net, and Trent Frederick was just sitting there ready to pop one home as he beats Joseph Woll. And Boston ties it up here on their second shot of the game. It's 1-1 here late in the first with under 6 minutes to go. Bruins get a lucky bounce off of a skate, and they make the most of it. Leafs are right back now into the offensive zone, looking to answer. Nice blocker save there by Swayman. He'll cover it on the Robertson shot. And with 5:32 now, we'll head to our final commercial break of this first period. And we will finish out period number 1 when we come back. But we got a commercial stoppage here with the game all tied up at 1. Oh, that is such a big goal for the Bruins, who have been completely outplayed in this period. Hopefully that gets them going a little bit. They get in on the forecheck. They get a good bounce off of Maroon's skate. Bounces right out in front for Frederick, and he is able to snap one by Woll before the Leafs even really knew what was happening. And, boy, that is what you've got to do, is be opportunistic and make the most of the chances that you do get. That's a big, big goal there for Boston. Hopefully they can build on it. Hey, what's going on, Chris? Welcome in. I do remember you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Joseph, you should pitch that idea to Leafs management. see how they like it. What's going on, Rocks? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Great to see you in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. We're back from the commercial break now, getting ready to play the last 5.5 minutes here of period 1. Bruins and Leafs knotted up 1-1. I'm doing well, Chris. How are you? Great to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. The winner of this series will go on to face the Florida Panthers, who have already taken care of business and beaten the Tampa Bay Lightning in 5 games. So, the Panthers are waiting for this series to end to see who they're going to play in round 2. Taken now. Bruins can't get it out of the zone. Trying to get a second chance. Domi keeps it in. Max Domi, who's been one of the Leafs' best players in this series. Out there with Marner and Bertuzzi. Marner down low. Below the goal line. Back cycles with Domi. Domi trying to get it out in front. That goes off of Carlo. Carlo gets knocked down. And we're getting a cross-checking penalty here against the Bruins. So, referee from out in the neutral zone is the one that calls it. And Toronto will go to the power play for real this time. I thought there was a penalty earlier, but it was just the referee saying played with a high stick. This time, it's a real penalty. Toronto is actually going to the power play, and they'll have a chance to try and get their lead back. Hey, Willow, what a legend. The return of Willow. What is going on? Great to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for dropping by. Eddie, what's going on? Welcome here. Yeah, I mean, Florida's going to be a tough matchup no matter who they play. Florida's one of the best teams in the league, has been all year. You know, whether it's Boston or Toronto, it's going to be a really tough matchup. And, you know, should be a real hard-fought series no matter what it is. And I definitely will not be overly confident going into a series against Florida. Because I think the Panthers have a real shot to go back to the Cup Finals this year. Toronto with it now through the neutral zone. Minute 22 left on the power play. Trying to get established in the offensive zone. Here's Tavares with a shot. Big save there by Swayman. Bruins can't get the loose puck out. Nylander outskates McAvoy. Pass back to Domi. Domi through the middle. That's off of a Bruins stick and out to the neutral zone. Nice defense there from Danton Heinen. Down half the penalty killed. 1 minute to go on the power play for Toronto. Into the offensive zone. Here's Nylander cutting to the middle. Poked away from him. Bruins clear it all the way down. Hey, what is going on, Jay? Welcome, Aurelia. Welcome back in, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's great to see you here. Kane's already scored 90 seconds in. I said earlier I didn't even realize that series was still going on. I fully expect Carolina to finish that off tonight. I didn't think the Islanders had much of a shot even going into that series. I thought it would be a 5-gamer. The Hurricanes are just infinitely better than the Islanders, and it's going to be Rangers-Hurricanes round 2. Another shot there goes just wide. Bruins players falling down in front. Penalties over. We're back to 5-on-5. Bruins have killed it off, and the Leafs power play continues to really, really struggle in this series. They have not been able to use their power play as a weapon at all in this series, and it's hurt the Leafs in a lot of ways because they could have completely changed the outcome of games with a couple of timely power play goals, and they just haven't been able to get them. Hey, that's awesome, Chris. Congratulations. That's dumped back in now by the Leafs. Nyes goes in heavy on the forecheck, knocks down Grzelcyk. Bruins do move the puck out to the neutral zone, though. Holmberg carries back in. And that's off the outside of the goal. Here's Lindholm. He can't do anything with it. Toronto still has possession. Offensive zone. Passing it around. Good puck movement here from Toronto over to Riley. Riley with a shot. That's gloved down by Swayman, and he'll cover with exactly 2 minutes to go in period number 1. Sniping Selly, what's going on? Welcome in. 2 shots in this game for the Bruins, and they happen to score on one of them. It's been pretty much an entire period spent in their own zone. With Matthews out, Willow, Toronto's top line is Bertuzzi, Domi, and Marner, with Domi playing center. There's been 3, John. There's been 3. 1 in the Carolina Islanders series, 1 in the Jets and Avalanche series, and 1 in the Oilers and Kings series. I was forgetting the 4th Western Conference. Oilers-Kings had one. Evander Kane fought Andreas Englund. Jeremy, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for stopping by. 1:54 to go in the first period. Leafs with another offensive zone faceoff coming up. They have spent almost this entire period at this end of the ice, but we still somehow have a 1-1 hockey game. We got another shot there, and a big save from Swayman as he grabs it and covers. Hey, what's going on, Paolo? Welcome in. Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Hope you are doing well, my friend. 11 shots now for the Leafs, only 2 for the Bruins. Toronto wins another faceoff. They take possession. Down below the goal line, back out high, point over to the faceoff circle. Big save there. Swayman sliding across. Around it goes now. Low ride to McAvoy. Minute and a half left. Up through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Marchand takes the hit. Gets the puck to Coyle. Coyle cycles down low, but McCabe is on it. He's run to the wall there by DeBrusk. Final minute 10 to go here in the first period. Bruins stand up at the red line. Trying to get possession back in their own zone away from Nyes. Morgan Riley settles things down. 55 seconds left. Liljegren in his own zone. Pass up through neutral ice. Into the offensive end for the Bruins to steal. Good back check there by Boston. Wow, good job, Nesson. And the TV cable just went out. Ooh. Let's try the national broadcast. Oh no, it's all of it. And it finally came back, and it's still 1-1. I guess they didn't miss much. And it's once again an offensive zone faceoff for Toronto, so it seems like nothing's changed. As McCabe is not able to hold that one in at the blue line, popped out, they go off sides. 22 seconds left. Hey, that's awesome, Derek. Appreciate it. Glad that you brought it out. That's cool. Yes, Jay. Swayman is the clear #1 goalie in Boston. He will be getting a huge contract in this offseason. And I fully expect Ullmark to get traded and Swayman to get probably like a 7x7 contract, and he will be the clear-cut franchise goalie for the Bruins. Bertuzzi fans on that shot attempt. Bruins quickly come out, running out of time though here. Final seconds of the period. Leafs break up that pass to the middle. And that is going to do it as the horn sounds. Teams come together. We get a little bit of a scrum going here, but it breaks up quickly. 1-1 hockey game. At the end of one, as Toronto struck first, Boston was able to answer later in the period, get it evened back up. But all in all, Toronto spending a large majority of this period in the offensive zone. Bruins finishing with only 2 shots on goal in the period. They just happened to score on one of them. And the Leafs played the kind of period that you want to on the road. They came out, they completely controlled the play. At points, it was downright dominating for Toronto. But at the end of the day, through the first 20 minutes, it's still a tied hockey game. So we will head now to the first intermission. We'll have some time to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for period number 2 to begin. And I'll say this, the Bruins are very lucky to come out of that period tied. Very, very lucky. Could have easily been a 2 or 3 goal lead for Toronto, and it's not. So Boston's got to get their act together. They've got to start playing a real hockey game here. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And for Toronto, there's really not much that the Leafs should want to change after that period. They had the puck most of the time. They had it in the offensive zone most of the time. They had a ton of chances. They had I mean, 10 times as many shots on goal as the Bruins did. It's just they weren't able to get another goal past Swayman. But all in all, Toronto was the much better team in that period. Yes, Bertuzzi's on a 1-year deal with the Leafs. He'll be a free agent again this offseason. So we are at the commercial break here. Carolina and the New York Islanders are still in their first period of their game. They started about half an hour after this Bruins-Leafs game. So they are about 13 minutes to go in the first. Carolina with a 2-1 lead in that one. So already a lot of scoring. With 3 goals in the first 7.5 minutes of that game. Excuse me, 6.5 minutes of that game. Excalibur, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Great to see you. Paolo made a bet that the Leafs wouldn't score more than 10 goals in the entire series. Well, let's see. They scored 1 in game 1. What are they at? They scored 1 in game 1. They scored... How many did they score in the game that they won? 3 or 4? Game 2 was 3-2 Toronto. So they scored 1 in game 1. They scored 3 in game 2. So that's 4. They scored 2 in game 3. That's 6. They scored 1 in game 4 last game. So that's 7. And they have 1 tonight. So they're at 8 right now in this series. It is still possible for Toronto not to score 10 goals in the entire series. They are at 8 right now. Hey, Caroline, how are you? Welcome. I'm doing well. Great to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're going to try and trade. If they're going to make a big splash move, Joseph Marner getting traded, I think, would be the move. The problem is Marner's got a full no movement clause, so it's completely up to him whether he goes or not. Completely up to him whether he goes or not. Blair, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. No, I actually think that it is looking like a good bet. This could be the last game of the series, and they're not at 10 yet. So, I think Paolo's got a real good shot at his bet. Oh, that's cool, Blair. Lacrosse starts tomorrow. I hope it's a great season. Yeah, Water King, the Leafs dominated that period. The Bruins are extremely lucky to get out of that with a 1-1 game. Because they spent most of the period stuck in their own zone. Not impressed with the first period from a Bruins perspective. They certainly aren't going to win this game if they play all 3 periods like that. Eventually, the floodgates are going to bust open and Toronto's going to start putting pucks in the net. I mean, I'm really hoping and expecting that they come out with a lot more energy and a lot more jump in period number 2, because they were sleepwalking through the first. No, I have not, Water King. I have not gotten a stick thrown over the glass, no. Yes, I have, Jamie. Yes, I have. And I'm planning on doing some more this weekend. Well, Blair, you couldn't have been too nervous in that first period. The Bruins only got 2 shots on goal. Leafs outshot Boston 12-2 in that period. I don't know, because I never had a scale until this year, Water King. So I'm not sure what the biggest is. I know last year I caught one that was probably around 4 pounds, but I didn't actually get a weight on it. I didn't have a scale with me, but I caught one last year that was probably a solid 4-pounder. But now I've got 2 scales. I got a length board. I got a lot more stuff now, so I'm actually gonna be able to keep track of the size of everything. Oh wow, there you go, Paolo. Hopefully it's a good trip for you. That's a pretty long drive, but hopefully it's at least a good one and a fun one. No, I have not seen either of them in the chat tonight, Water King. No. I haven't, Sherry, but that is one thing I want to do this year. I think I'm gonna go catfishing when I do that, though. I'm gonna go try and get catfish, and then gonna actually cook them and eat them. So I haven't done that before, but definitely something I want to do this year. I think I'm gonna go for catfish when I do that. I have never been there, Jamie, so I really don't know. I have never been there. Yeah, I want to see what these face-off numbers were, because I just heard the intermission. They just said Max Domi went 10 for 10 in the face-off dot. So, like, I knew Toronto won a large majority of the face-offs, but how bad was it? Oh my! Toronto won 16 out of 20 face-offs in that period. The Bruins won 4. That is 80% for Toronto in the face-off dot. Completely dominated the face-offs. No wonder the Bruins couldn't get the puck out of their zone. Hey, what's going on, Cap? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. No, Water King. It means catching catfish. It's a kind of fish, a catfish. Look it up. This game had 32 hits in the first period, Excalibur. I think I think the official scores are being quite lenient with what they're calling hits, because I wouldn't say that there were very many noticeable hits. There weren't anything that was particularly a big hit, but supposedly that both teams had 16 hits in the first period. Just none of them happened to be very big or impactful at all, because I didn't really notice them. I did not seem like a physical period. Certainly not even by regular season standards. Never mind playoff standards. But somehow that they were credited with 32 hits. Hey, what's going on, Jack? Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, Boston's extremely lucky to come out of that period tied. They could easily be down by 2 or 3 goals right now. So they better wake up and stop sleepwalking and actually play a hockey game in the second. Yeah, pretty much, Water King. Swayman saved them by himself. Pretty much, yeah. I don't think Toronto's beating Florida either. I don't think. I mean, I picked Florida to be in the finals again. So my bracket has Dallas and Florida as the Stanley Cup final. So I don't think I'm not picking either team to beat Florida. I think the Panthers have a real good shot to be right back in the finals like they were last year. Yeah, I'm not even thinking like I round 2 doesn't matter right now. Shouldn't even be thought about right now. This is the NHL playoffs. You have to take everything one game at a time. The only thing I'm worried about is game 5, 2 periods left to go, Toronto and Boston. I'm not thinking about the Panthers or whatever is ahead. It doesn't matter. You have to get there first. It's stupid to think ahead. Everything is one game at a time. Period 2, about to actually get back into it here. That is not what I wanted to do. That is 40 minutes of hockey left to play. Toronto and Boston tied up at 1. Bruins trying to finish off a series, which they could not do last year, and move on to round number 2. And Toronto is trying to keep their season alive. Game is all knotted up with a goal apiece after the first period, a period in which Toronto really dominated puck possession and control of, but at the end of the day where it counts, it's still all even. Favorite Bruin that Bergeron is retired? Charlie McAvoy, Paolo. Charlie McAvoy. And Trent Frederick is a very close number 2, I would say. Frederick is high on the list as well, but I'd probably say McAvoy is my favorite. All right, here we go. Teams lining up at center ice, getting ready to drop the puck here on the middle frame. Pastrnak line will start for Boston. Looks like the Tavares line with Nylander and Nyes starts for the Leafs. And here we go. One back again by Toronto. So Toronto now has won over 80% of the faceoffs in this game. Bruins right back where they spent most of the first period in their own zone. Down in the corner, knocked away. Low ride can't get it up the wall. Moved in front. Back out to the point, Lyubushkin. Over to Nyes. Deflected. Spin around shot there. And a penalty call. This one, I believe, is going to go against Toronto, as Charlie McAvoy got taken down in front of the net there, trying to play defense. And this is going to put the Bruins on the power play, as Nylander came in and just took the legs out from underneath McAvoy. Nylander to the box for tripping Boston to their first power play of the game. And we'll see if they can get a lead with a big power play goal. Yes, Paolo, number 73. Coyle versus Kampf in the faceoff dot. Kampf wins it cleanly, but the Leafs miss pass up to the winger, and now it's DeBrusk down low, and the Bruins have it in the offensive end. DeBrusk double-teamed below the goal line, has no one to pass to, and just turns it over as the Leafs send it all the way down. Leafs clear it out again. Holmberg dumps it into the offensive zone. Marchand just gets walked around there. McAvoy goes back for it. Holmberg's just eating the Bruins' lunch here. And Lyubushkin dumps it off the glass, and it pops over out of play. The Maple Leafs are just eating the Bruins' lunch here. Brought up now, over the line. Bruins dump it in. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Not able to get anything going offensively. Can't even get set up in the attacking zone. It's almost like Toronto has the extra guy on the ice. The Bruins cannot win a puck battle. They cannot win a race. They're just getting completely dominated here. Nothing has changed since the first period. Chance down low now, trying to tuck it in the near post. That one gets stopped by Wall. And the penalty is over. Power play, completely useless power play. Here's Nylander now out of the box with a shot. He hits the post with the shot. Leafs so close again to getting the lead back. Bruins completely useless on the power play. And now Toronto's going to go to the power play as Pat Maroon goes off for interference. So the Bruins do absolutely nothing with their power play chance and now immediately give one right back to the Leafs. It's like they don't even want to play a hockey game tonight. Hey, what's going on, Jeremiah? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. What's up, Cap? Welcome. Good to see you in the chat. Yo, let's get some dono hype for Paolo. Dropping a 10 on the stream. Thank you so much. Let's get that hype in the chat for Paolo, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leafs carry it up now. Turned over, almost turned over. Bruins end up forcing an offside as the Leafs can't get it cleanly into the zone. The only time the Bruins are even remotely playing well tonight is when they're on the penalty kill. Their penalty kill's been good. But other than that, they've been absolute dog shit. Dog shit performance so far. Marchand finally wins a face-off. Only the 5th face-off win for the Bruins in this game. Toronto was over 80% in the dot. Here's Nylander. Pass over. Back to the blue line. Leafs set up shop in the attacking zone. Still a minute 17 to go on the power play. Cycling it around. Top of the circle. Out to the point. Riley. Down to by the face-off dot for Domi. Other side now trying to get in front. Nylander stopped by Swayman. Back out high. Riley, top of the circle. Marner with a shot there. Loose puck, trying to dig it out. Tavares has it. Gets it away from Marchand. Riley keeps it in. Bruins can't clear. Here's Tavares now with a shot. Nice blocker save by Swayman. Here's Domi now. Gets it across for Riley. Swayman with a diving save. Comes across the crease and makes the stop. Jeremy Swayman, the only reason Boston's not losing this game by 5, makes another huge save. 37 seconds left on the Leafs power play. Around it goes now, lifted all the way down. Bruins actually get a clear. Final 30 seconds left. Leafs will carry back up. Played by Yarncrook. Over into the offensive zone. Drop pass back to the point. McCabe cycles it around. Bruins get to it. They clear it out to the neutral zone. Danton Heinen chases Jake McCabe. McCabe carries it himself, then passes over to Liljegren into the offensive end. Bruins steal again. Here comes Pavel Zacha. Zacha one-on-one up into the offensive zone. Penalties killed. Bruins have numbers now. Shot block there. Good job by Bertuzzi getting back. We're back to 5-on-5. Wall makes a save on the point from the or the shot from the point. Bruins here trying to keep it in the offensive zone. Game still tied, just about 5 minutes into the second period. Bruins back in their own zone. Here's Matt Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk gains center, dumps it in. Pastrnak down low. Frederick back out in front, trying to get it to Pasta, but it was too hot to handle. Shot from Grzelcyk goes high and wide. Leafs trying to clear their zone now. Bruins get in on the forecheck. Kept in again at the blue line. Second chance the Leafs do get it out. Bruins dump it right back in. Maybe they can build some momentum after the penalty kill. Toronto now 0 for 2 on the power play. Frederick dumps it back in. Brazeau goes to get it. Justin Brazeau. Brazeau through the middle, trying to find Van Riemsdyk's stick, but it ends up in the corner. McAvoy walks Dewar at the point. Cross ice, chance here, back in front. Not able to connect with Geekie, and one too many passes there for the Bruins. Here's Van Riemsdyk knocking it back in. Bruins with their best couple shifts of the entire game here following the penalty kill. Brazeau pastes his man along the wall. Bruins keep it in the attacking zone. McCabe passes it up. Crowd finally gets into it for the Bruins as well. This is the most energy and the best couple shifts they've had all game. Hampus Lindholm back for Marchand. Marchand's pass too far in front of Heinen. He couldn't control. And dumped back in now by the Leafs. Around it goes up the wall. There's a long shot from the point that goes wide. Lindholm gets it up. Chipped out of the zone. Here comes Marchand. Into the offensive end. Got numbers. Boquist. Saved by Wall. What a save there from Joseph Wall. Robert, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Swayman now has got it covered as Nylander throws it in on him. And the Bruins finally showing some signs of life. But the game is still tied. 1-1. 12:39 to go in the second period. Still knotted up here as the game opens up a little. The pace picks up and we get some chances at both ends of the ice. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Please don't forget, it means a lot and helps a lot if you can hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to subscribe and become part of the channel community here, we'd love to have you. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. I cover the entire NHL, all different games, all different matchups throughout the season and into the playoffs. And we'd love to have you join the crew here if you'd like to be a part of the community. But thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the support. And we'll see what happens here. Second period, we're closing in on the halfway point of this game. Bruins and Leafs still knotted up at 1. I'm doing well, Andrew. How are you? All right, we're coming back now from the commercial break. We'll see if the Bruins can build off what they've been doing. Finally got a little bit of offensive zone time and some quality chances out of it. So we'll get ready for the face-off now in the Bruins zone. Hey, Wrist Rider, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Heinen can't carry into the attacking end. Leafs dump it back the other way. Grzelcyk sends it up to Pastrnak. Pastrnak gets it, turns it over, trying to pass through the middle lazily. Gives it to Domi. Here's Marner. Shot gets blocked. Bertuzzi looking for the loose puck. Puck kicking around. No one can find it. Zacha backhands it to the blue line, but Morgan Rielly keeps it in. Horrible turnover from David Pastrnak, and now the Leafs have opportunities. Bruins again don't get it out of the zone. Swayman makes a save. Up the wall it goes. Pasta finally chips it to the neutral zone. Here's Heinen. He just fires one into the glove of Wall, and the Bruins get a line change. What a pathetic shift there for the so-called first line. Lindholm sends it over to Carlo. Carlo up the boards. Chipped out. Leafs take possession back. Dumped back in. Played it from the corner. Cross-ice pass there from Lindholm is bouncing. Hops over Marchand's stick. And it ends up being an icing. So the Bruins have about 2 good minutes and then go back to being dog shit. Unbelievable. Hey, Eagles, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Great to see you in the chat down in the corner. Leafs come away with it as they win another puck battle. Here's Joel Edmondson with a long shot that gets blocked by Jake DeBrusk. He's then hammered down by Edmondson, and the Bruins don't get the puck out of the zone. What is this team doing? Get the puck out! Edmondson misses that one wide, and finally Marchand to the blue line. Oh, it actually came out! Here's DeBrusk now up ice. He can't get the shot off as it's poked away. Liljegren with a good defensive zone play there. Back up now, it's dumped in. Leafs will head off for a line change. 10:25 to go here in the second period. Up it goes, out through the neutral zone. Knocked away. Leafs have to sit back and regroup here as Lyubushkin plays it. He gets run to the end wall by Geekie. That pass goes wide of everybody. Low-rise back on it. Sends it up the wall. Brazeau gets it out of the zone. Van Riemsdyk knocks his man down. Here comes Justin Brazeau. Tries to pull to the backhand. But again, strong defense from Liljegren. And then Toronto is offsides entering the zone. And now we get a little scrum going after the play. There's not been a lot of physicality or any sort of animosity in this game. But little scrum there does break up rather quickly. And we stay 1-1, under 10 minutes to go here in the second period. We are past the halfway point of this game. Both goals came back in the first. It is 1-1 with 9:44 remaining in period number 2. Mr. Chips, I believe the Canucks are winning tonight. The Predators blew their chance of winning that series. just an absolute choke job in Game 4. I don't see them coming back from that. I think that's too deflating of a loss to just choke a game away like that. And, yeah, I think Canucks take care of business and end it tonight. All right, here we are back from the commercial break. Second period to go. Just under 10 minutes remaining. Holmberg and Frederick in the faceoff dot. Stalemate off the draw. Puck pops loose. Bruins get possession. Grzelcyk goes D to D. McAvoy up for Maroon. Maroon can't control. Leafs come back the other way. Bruins steal as McAvoy cuts across the red line. Cuts to the middle. Fires a shot. Wall makes a save. Very good chance there for Charlie McAvoy, and Wall's got to come up big. What's going on, Michael? Welcome in. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. You are absolutely right. They have looked pretty darn bad so far. Here the Leafs setting up again in the offensive zone. Poked away by Grzelcyk. Maroon backhands up the middle, all the way down. Not going to reach for icing. Bruins get a line change. Marchand can't control. Here's Marner into the offensive zone. Marchand comes in and steals it away from him. Chips it up, gets it out. Trying to get past Liljegren now. We got a puck battle there between those two. They both fall to the ice. Bruins have it, though. It's Charlie Coyle. Back to Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm's shot goes well wide. Now to the near side. Lindholm pinches down around the wall. Far side. There's Carlo. Below the goal line, Coyle. Back to Lindholm. Over to Carlo. Back in front. Glove down and cleared there by Edmondson. Dumped in by Bertuzzi. Over to Carlo in the corner. Goes off the referee. Trying to get up the wall as the Bruins get fresh guys on the ice. Out in front for the Leafs. Back to the point. Here's McCabe. And McCabe has it roll off his backhand and back out of the zone. 7:50 left here in the second. Neutral zone. Dumped back in. Lindholm goes to the corner. Stolen there by Carlo, who does a good job getting in the way. The Bruins come back up ice now into the offensive zone. Here's a shot from Geekie and a big pad save by Wall. Bruins are starting to get a little bit more of some offensive opportunities. But Joey Wall's done a great job in net. Shots are now 18-9 for Toronto. They've doubled up the Bruins in shots. But it was 12-2 after the first period, so Bruins have gotten a little bit more going here in the second. That one's past Pastrnak out of the zone. Leafs come up the other way. Final 7 minutes here of period 2. Played by McAvoy. Out of the zone over to the red line. Lyubushkin goes D to D. And Toronto just iced the puck. Most of the icings in this game have been by the Bruins, but Toronto just iced the puck there. And that's going to give Boston a crack at an offensive zone faceoff. All right. 6:47 left. Face-off coming. To the right of Wall. Taken here by Zaka. In the middle, off of Heinen's skate. Back to Lowry, over to Lindholm. Long shot through traffic wall. Gloves that one down with Pastrnak trying to get a tip on it in front. Another face-off coming in the Toronto end. There's another offensive zone draw here for Boston. Frederick back to Pastrnak. McAvoy at the point. Sends it back down low. Here's Maroon. And that one deflects off of Maroon's stick. Right out in front for Wall to cover up. Another offensive zone draw, this time to the left of Wall. 6:29 remaining in period 2. Bruins and Leafs. Next goal feels like it's going to be huge in this one. And that's just lofted out of the zone by Toronto as they win one back. Here's Lowry. Chased by Nylander. Backhands it up the wall. Bruins chip it back out. Dumped in by Toronto. Bruins struggling to get it out of their zone again. Now they finally do. Here's Boquist over to Frederick. Frederick can't control as he got double teamed by a couple of Leafs. Comes in and lays a hit, but Toronto moves the puck out of the zone. Around it goes now. Here's DeBrusk. Coyle. Liljegren gets it away from him. Over to Marner. Marner slow and steady. Regrouping in his own zone. Passes up the middle. Played here by Liljegren. Over to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi gets hit but dumps it into the offensive zone. Brian, what is going on? Great to see you. Thank you so much for dropping by. Really, really appreciate it. Awesome to have you here. Brought up now into the offensive zone. Played by DeBrusk. And Labushkin clears that out of the middle of the ice before a Bruin could get to it. Shot through traffic. That one bounces wide. Here's Marchand. Back to Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon cycles back with Marchand deep. Goes off of a leg. Good stick lift from DeBrusk, but the Leafs stick with it and get it out of the zone. And Brazeau's ahead of the play. Now Wotherspoon getting into it here with Labushkin. Brazeau comes in and we get another little scrum going here with 4:43 to go. Game still tied up at 1. We're going to head to our final commercial break of this first period, or excuse me, of this second period. So, Bruins here spending a little bit more time in the offensive zone. Certainly noticeably better in the second period than what they were in the first. Some of the mistakes are still there. Some of the turnovers are still there. The sloppiness is still there, but at least they're getting some chances and certainly not getting dominated like they did in the first. Making it a little bit more of a game of it here in period number 2. But of course, like most playoff games, this is probably going to come down to the third period going to be the one that matters the most. Only other game going on right now is Carolina and the New York Islanders, and the Carolina Hurricanes lead that one 3-1 at the first intermission. Hurricanes are trying to close out that series tonight and move on to face the Rangers in round number 2. Hey, Peter, what is going on? Welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We're coming back from the commercial break. We'll get ready for this face-off now. Out in the neutral zone. Zacha against Tavares in the dot, and Tavares wins it back. Bruins have been atrocious in the face-off circle in this game. Bruins go off sides as well, trying to enter the zone, so the sloppiness continues. So bad in this game. It's like, do they even realize they're playing a playoff game? This has looked like it's a second game of the preseason in September for the Bruins, the way that they're playing. You would think this is some nothing preseason game in the third week of September that no one cares about. Like, they're so sloppy, so slow, getting outplayed, outbattled, out everything. And that puck hops up into the bench area. That'll lead to a neutral zone draw. 4:06 to go here in the second. Around it goes now. Leafs dump it back in. Lowry gets knocked down by Reeves. Dewar comes in to take the puck. Gets it to Reeves, and the Leafs have it. His spin around shot attempt gets blocked, though. Boston gets it out of the zone. They'll dump it the other way. Maroon leads the forecheck. Maroon and Edmondson, they go heavy into the end boards. They were teammates in St. Louis. Won a Stanley Cup together in 2019. Now they're battling it out down along the end boards. Puck underneath. Trying to dig this loose. Maroon and Edmondson all over each other. Other guys in there as well. Toronto finally comes away with it. Wotherspoon comes across, lays a hit on Dewar. Kampf gets it around. Back over to Lyubushkin, to Riley out high. Top of the circle. Here's Domi off the bench with a shot. And it's blocked and just trickles wide of the goal. Bruins able to clear it all the way down, and Riley goes back to get it. 2:50 to go here in the second. Here's Charlie Coyle. He plays it up over to DeBrusk. Back to Coyle. Round it goes in front. Oh, DeBrusk was in the slot, but it just hopped over his stick. Chance again with traffic. That one gets knocked down. Leafs come away with it. Back the other way they go. Bertuzzi. Lyubushkin jumping up into the play. He loses possession on the Bruins back check. Speed now for Boston, but they're tired. They just got to dump it in. Coyle heads off for the changes. DeBrusk leads the forecheck. Marchand's going to get himself involved now. It's dumped back deep. The rest of the Bruins change, and the Leafs get it out of their end. 2 minutes to go in period number 2. Down low, Holmberg. Yarncrook deflects that one in on Swayman. He covers it. And we get a whistle here with 1:52 remaining in the period. An offensive zone face-off coming now for the Leafs. This has been a frustrating game, to say the least, for Bruins fans anyway. Bruins win that face-off. Brazeau gets it out. Taken up into the offensive end. Benoit goes shoulder to shoulder with McAvoy. Geekie comes away with the puck. Gets it over to Grzelcyk. 1:30 left, and it's dumped in by Matt Grzelcyk. Around the boards it goes. Brought up by the Leafs coming the other way. It's Tavares. Into the offensive zone. Poked away in the corner by Carlo. Off glass. Back out with speed. Zacha. Into the offensive end. Drops it for Pastrnak. Pastrnak with a shot and a good save there by Wall. Heinen gets involved. Over to Pastrnak. Spin back around. Deflection. Wall squeezes it and covers with 1 minute remaining. And a good chance there for the Bruins with traffic in front, but Joseph Wall makes the save. Oh, this team. One minute to go here in the second period. Shots are 18-12 in favor of Toronto, but Boston has really closed that gap. It was a lot more lopsided in the first. Around it goes, dumped back, Nylander. Ian Lindholm goes shoulder to shoulder. Marchand comes in with a good hit on Nyes, but Nyes keeps the puck moving. Lindholm taken away by Nylander. Nylander looking for a play. Wraparound, puck bouncing up above the crossbar. Knocked down and out of the way. Bruins get it to the blue line, but not out. Lindholm with Tavares all over him. Turns it over. Swayman's got to hold the post. He tries again. Digging away is Toronto. Puck is loose, and finally the referees blow it dead. Referees lost sight of the puck, and they blow it dead. And now we got a pretty good scrum going after, as everyone was in the crease. Pasternak's getting into it with Morgan Rielly. Pastrnak and Rielly. McAvoy jumps in. Nyes jumps in. It started with Edmondson and Coyle. It was the pig pile in the Bruins crease. And we get our first real scrum of the game going here. Hey, what's going on underwater? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. This was an absolute pig pile in the Bruins crease. And the referees blew the whistle pretty quickly. It was never fully covered. It was never fully covered, but the referees lost sight of it. And if the refs don't know where the puck is, they blow it dead, and that's what happened there. And somehow Toronto's getting a power play out of this. So it ends up becoming a power play for the Leafs after that scrum, somehow. Typical Steve Kazari. And the Bruins have just got to kill some time here as that one's cleared all the way down. That's going to finish off the period. So 1:39 of power play time for Toronto will carry into the third. They are 0 for 2 on the power play so far in this game. But period number 2 has come to an end. It is still a 1-1 game as there were no goals scored in the second. And we are all tied up heading into the third period now. So we've got 40 minutes down, 20 minutes of action to go. But it is intermission time, which means we've got a little while here to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for the third to begin. And this game, potentially this series, is coming down to the final 20 minutes here in game number 5. And we'll see, can Boston do it, finish the series, get it done and over with? Or is Toronto going to live to fight another day and force a game 6 up in Toronto, which would be coming up later this week? Let's see, would it be Thursday or Friday because of a travel day? No, it would be Thursday. It would be Thursday if there is a game 6. So we shall see. But we've got some time to hang out now while we wait for this third to begin. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's great to have you in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And please don't forget, it really does help out a lot if you hit that thumbs up button. It does a lot to help the channel and the video. And if you're new to the channel, would like to subscribe and become part of the community here, we would love to have you. Fans of every team are welcome and wanted. I cover all different games, all different matchups throughout the NHL season, league-wide. What's going on, Ikeka? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Great to see you in the chat. Very sloppy, Ikeka. Very sloppy. I was really hoping for a much better performance from Boston tonight. I really wanted to see them just come out, take control, you know, just finish this series off. Like, make it a convincing win. And they have done none of that so far tonight. They've been extremely sloppy, very slow. Very, no real sense of urgency from the Bruins. It's not at all what I was hoping for. But it's still a tied game. They're extremely lucky in that regard that it is still a tied game. They're still in it. They're only one shot away from somehow taking a lead, despite how sloppy of a game it has been. Hey, what's going on, Aaron? What's going on, Jem? Justin, welcome in, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It's great to have you here. We are at the second intermission. Just went to intermission. So we're hanging out here for a bit while we wait for the third. Yeah, I mean, if Jamie, if Boston, if the Bruins end up stealing this game, it's exactly that. It's stealing this game. Yeah, Swayman has been unbelievable tonight. He is the only reason the Bruins aren't losing 5-1 right now is Jeremy Swayman. Yo, Ben! What is up, dude? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Jared, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for watching. Great to see you guys in the chat. We're getting ready for this third period. I have been pretty good. I have been pretty good, Aaron. How about you? Great to have you here. Oh, yeah, Ben, dude. Congratulations on that. You're almost there, almost graduated, but it sure does move fast. And I'll tell you this, Ben, the older you get, the faster it gets. You think it's fast now? Wait till 10 years from now. It goes by real fast. I don't know, Austin. We don't even know if there are gonna be games on Thursday. Like the only games that would be on Thursday would be Bruins and Leafs if there's a game 6, and Hurricanes Islanders if there's a game 6, or Jets Avalanche if there's a game 6. But we don't know if there's going to be a game 6 in any of those series. They all could end tonight. So I do not know when my next I do not know when my next stream is going to be, because we don't even know if there's going to be games on Thursday. Yeah, well, Aaron, we're the same age. I'm 27, and I definitely agree with you on the whole, feels like a blink and went from 18 to 27. Yeah, it's wild how fast it goes. Yeah, dude, it's absolutely wild that you were watching the early days of the channel back you were in 7th grade. Now you're graduating. It's wild. Oh, 100%, Aaron. 100%. Florida is going to absolutely wipe the floor with us if we played them like this. But I'm not even thinking about Florida yet. Like the Bruins haven't gotten there yet. There's no reason to even be thinking about Bruins Florida, because there may not be a Bruins Florida. They keep playing like this, and there's not going to be. Everything is one game at a time. Everything is one game at a time, and Boston is not playing well tonight. Yeah. Thank God for Jeremy Swayman. No doubt about that. Yeah, it makes no sense to me, Aaron. I was really hoping and expecting them to come out with a ton of energy, fast moving, very physical, like just a chance to literally pound the Leafs into submission and put this game and this series away. And it's been the exact opposite. They've been sluggish, they've been slow, they've been sloppy with the puck. Like, it's been the exact opposite. It makes no sense to me. How are you not amped up for this game? Like, one of your biggest rivals, a chance to finish off the series, and you're lackadaisical, slow, and sleepwalking. Like, that makes no sense to me. How are you not jumping out of the rink for a game like this? Hey, Ben, there you go. That's awesome that you're rooming with your best friend. That's doesn't get any better than that. That is awesome, dude. Good luck to you, and hope you guys have a great time. Oh, boy. Yeah, please just win this damn period. Find a way to win the damn period. Can can deal with everything else afterwards, but it's one. Well, it's not really, Austin. I'm gonna be 28 in 2 months. In exactly 2 months, I'm gonna be 28. Carolina's up 3-2 over the Islanders, trying to put that series away tonight. They're in the second period of that game. Carolina wins, it's over, and they'll face the Rangers in round 2. The Islanders win, it goes back to New York for game 6. They're doing pretty well, Austin. They're doing pretty well. All right, looks like we got about 5 minutes left until the start of the third. This intermission has gone by slow. I hope so. Somebody needs to do it, Aaron. Marchand did it in game 4. Somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to wake this team up. I've watched a little bit of most of the other series, Austin. I haven't watched every game of any series, but I've seen games here and there from a bunch of different series. The only one that I haven't seen anything from was Edmonton and LA. I haven't watched any of the Oilers Kings, but other than that, I've seen at least a little bit of all the other series. I watched a lot of the Capitals and Rangers. I watched one game of the Nashville-Vancouver series. I watched a decent amount of Winnipeg and Colorado. But yeah, I've been really busy too, so I haven't. It's not like I've just been sitting down watching hockey. I've had so much going on that I've just seen little bits here and there. Probably not, Jay. Probably not, but who knows? I mean, he had one really good year in New Jersey last season. Yes, Lindy Ruff coached the Sabres for God, almost 15 years. He was the Sabres coach from the late 90s all the way through to 17 years. 17 years. Yeah, he was the coach in Buffalo forever. And then eventually got fired when the Sabres went downhill. And they've never made the playoffs since. They have never made the playoffs since. Tank. I am an alarm technician. I work on alarm systems. Doing pretty good, Jamie. All right, we should be starting this third period here momentarily, so... Here we go, getting ready for the third. Gonna be dropping the puck. Toronto does have 1 minute and 39 seconds of carryover power play time. Nope, I cannot tank. I talk the way I talk, and that's it. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go. Team's out on the ice. We're going to be dropping the puck here for the third. No, I do not live in Boston. I live about an hour away from Boston. I have no idea, Derek. Brought up now over the red line. Leafs off the draw into the offensive zone. Third period has begun. Toronto on the power play. Trying to find Nylander. It gets past him, but Riley keeps it in. Here's Marner. Marner on the half wall, waiting for something to open up. Played down low. Domi with it. Back around for Marner. Marner to Domi below the goal line. Carlo gets in there, jams him up. Trying to knock this puck loose. It comes out in front. There's a shot. Swayman with a huge save, and the Bruins clear the rebound all the way down. 55 seconds left on the power play. Fresh penalty killers on the ice now for the Bruins. Leafs back up into the offensive zone, but Riley's pass is offline, and it goes back out to neutral ice. Taken now. Tavares dumps it in. And that's cleared again by Boston. In on Joseph Wall. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Nylander skates it up. Robertson sends it across. Pass back now to Bertuzzi. And Bertuzzi gets it by McAvoy. Keeps it in at the blue line when the Bruins try and clear again. Long shot. That one bounces high off glass. Wotherspoon here trying to get in the way. McAvoy helps him out. Gets it up the wing. Penalty's over. And we are back to 5-on-5 now. Coyle's out of the box. That pass attempt to the front of the net, though, doesn't connect with anybody. Robertson comes back the other way. He runs into Zacha. Zacha knocks him down. We don't even know if we're going to get Boston and Florida again. This series is not over. Bruins are playing pretty bad tonight. They have not won anything yet. Down it goes. Grizzlick gets it up the wing. Van Riemsdyk gains center and dumps it in as he takes a hit. Round it goes. Pastrnak can't get to it. Along the wall. Boquist covers defensively. Here's Kampf. He gets run into, and Wotherspoon takes the puck. 17:15 to go here in the third. Game still tied up at 1. Boquist dumps it deep. Here's Maroon along the wall. He gets knocked down. Brazeau comes in and pastes his man. Trying to knock this puck loose. Justin Brazeau back to Pat Maroon. Around to the near side boards. Played there by McAvoy. Brazeau for Boquist below the goal line. Puck in the corner. And that one's back out to the neutral zone as Boquist retreats. Wotherspoon back to Boquist to Lowry. Mason Lowry uses his skates. Opens some things up. Gains center. Fires it into Wall. Very much so, Brian. Very much so. And that's going to be iced by Toronto. Faceoff will come back down to their zone. Morgan Riley just fired that one all the way down. Be an offensive zone faceoff coming now for the Bruins. Here we go. Getting ready for the draw. Leafs win it back defensively. They got a chance to clear the zone, which they do. Pavel Zacha is going to go back and get it. Up it goes. McAvoy. Pastrnak gains center and dumps it in. Here comes Heinen against McCabe. McCabe does a good job shielding him off, but Zacha steals the puck in front. Chance there! Bruins couldn't control right at the top of the crease. Danton Heinen, if he could have controlled the puck, would have had a tap in, but he wasn't able to gain clear possession. Oh my God, this team tonight. Dumped back in by Coyle. Marchand in on the forecheck with DeBrusque. Liljegren gets by both of them. Leafs come back the other way. Swayman has to kick a long shot out. Cleared back to neutral ice. Here comes Coyle with some pep in his step. Charlie Coyle out in front. Marchand just wide of the goal. Again, the puck was bouncing. And it goes wide of the net as Marchand had it right by the crease. Are you kidding me? Bruins still have it. Offensive zone. Marchand shot through traffic. Puck gets blocked. Loose puck cleared by Toronto all the way down. And that is icing by the Leafs. But again, the Bruins with chances. The puck right around the blue paint. And they can't corral it. It's just bouncing off their sticks, rolling away. Everything they do, they cannot get anything to sit right for them and put it in the net. This is unbelievable. Puck was on edge and spinning. Marchand just tries to push it towards the net, and it goes like a foot wide. All the way down again off the faceoff. It's icing again by Toronto. So for the really one of the only times in this game the Bruins have the Leafs back on their heels and spending significant time in the offensive zone. They had one little stretch in the second period like that, and now they're getting a little bit in the third, but they're not capitalizing. Zaka wins the drawback, played by Grizzlick. Cycle game going now for Boston as Geekie gets it in the corner. Geekie away from Edmondson. Spins back, cycles with Pastrnak. Pastrnak for Geekie down low. Everything kept to the outside. Leafs doing a great job of keeping everything to the perimeter. Pastrnak spin around shot gets blocked. Kept in at the blue line there by Grizzlick. Back down low, Liljegren will try and clear again. Gets it up to Nylander. He can't get it. Almost stolen away, but then he steals it right back. Chance in front. Here's Pastrnak on it. He and Geekie both lay hits. But it's taken by Kampf, and the Leafs get it up and out of the zone. Now we get a whistle here, and I'm not sure for what. Oh, goaltender. Leafs goaltender Joseph Woll lost a skate blade. So they blow the play dead with 13:38 remaining in the third period. Game is still tied 1-1. Both goals came all the way back in the first. Nobody's scored since, and like Brian said in the chat, this very much has a next goal wins feel to it, as we have about 13 and a half minutes to go here in the third period. Really appreciate all of you guys watching tonight. Thanks so much for being here. Awesome to have you in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the game and the stream. That is Game 5. Bruins and Leafs. Boston trying to close out this series. Toronto trying to keep it going. And back to Toronto for game number 6. I'm not having anything else to drink tonight, Steven. I have work tomorrow, but you all can do what you wish in the chat. All right, so Joseph Woll's skate is repaired. And we are going to have the face-off and get back into it here. Played up now over the line. Dumped in. Boston. Chasing it on the forecheck. Here comes Geeky. Kept away from him. Wotherspoon pinches down to keep it in the offensive zone. Geeky trying to find Van Riemsdyk in front, but the pass was too far ahead of him. Played now by Lowry. Gets away from Dewar. Hey, what's going on, Rob? Welcome in. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this has not been a good performance, but somehow it is still a tied game as the Leafs go offside with 12:55 left here in the third. And because the pass originated back in the Leafs zone, the faceoff goes all the way back to the Leafs zone. So Boston will get a crack at an offensive zone faceoff here. Coyle's getting kicked out of the face-off dot, so now Marchand's got to come in and take it. Marshy wins it back. Here's McAvoy. Marchand all tied up with somebody here in the face-off dot. One back, long shot through traffic, loose puck, couldn't get to it, it ends up on the sidewall. Marshy with some speed, then he loses an edge and falls down. Knocks down a Leafs player who's all over him. And now Marchand gets taken down here by the linesman as he and Holmberg are going to go to the penalty box, it looks like. They got tied up on the face-off dot, tied up back out by the blue line. Marchand and Holmberg all over each other, and this finally gets the crowd going. This crowd has been dead silent tonight. Bruins have not given them much to cheer about. This finally gets the crowd into the game. And Holmberg and Marchand all over each other this shift. Eventually pick up roughing penalties to both of them. And we're going to go 4-on-4 here. This is going to open up the ice. We're gonna pick up the pace, get some 4-on-4 high-speed action. So with 12:31 to go here in the third period, we've got some 4-on-4 action and some open ice as the faceoff will come in the Toronto end. Around it goes. Lindholm. Below the goal line, trying to get the cycle game going. Pastrnak run to the wall by McCabe. Pinned along with Zacha. Benoit and Nylander in there for the Leafs. It's Pastrnak coming away with it. Spin around chance and getting a piece of it as wall to keep it out. Great opportunity there for the Bruins. Here's Simone Benoit. Almost gives it away to Pastrnak. McCabe has it now and both teams get line changes. Yes, Justin. Health reasons. 1:15 to go in the 4-on-4. Morgan Riley over to Max Domi. Max Domi skates it up ice. He gains the red line. Skates it into the offensive zone. Heinen takes it away. Boquist comes in to help. Bruins back in their own end away from Marner. Here's Carlo. In front, played by Grzelcyk. He spins back as Marner forechecks. Bruins get it up. Neutral zone. Jesper Boquist. 45 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 40 seconds. 11:05 to go in this third period. Game still tied up 1-1. Brought up now. Here's Coyle with a shot. And he hits the crossbar! Oh, Boston again with an opportunity to take the lead. They hit the crossbar. Now McCabe comes down. He fires one wide. Coyle with it now. Järnkrok gets run into, takes the puck. McAvoy can't steal from him. Back it goes to Edmondson. Leafs set up in the offensive zone. Here's Marner into the middle. Tries to flip one through, but DeBrusk gets in the way. Järnkrok misses a one-timer. Bruins get it out to the neutral zone. Here's DeBrusk into the offensive zone. He shoots, and Wall makes the save. 4-on-4 is over. We're back to five-a-side hockey. And it's 5-on-5 again. Marchand having strong words with Steve Kazari, the referee. And this game continues at 1-1. All tied up here in the third. Off the face-off now in the Leaf zone. They try and clear, but it's kept in by Geekie. He's run to the sideboards. And the Leafs now come the other way as Riley's jumps up into the play. Puck behind the Bruins net. Lowry comes away with it. Pass across out to the neutral zone to nobody. It just clears the zone and the Leafs regroup. Under 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Nylander into the offensive zone. Back out to Riley. Top of the circle. Long shot. Saved by Swayman. Geekie can't get it out. Brazeau can't get it out. Carlo after it now. Tavares pins the puck along the wall and gets it back for Toronto. They have it again in the offensive zone. Pass through the middle. Doesn't connect with anybody. Leafs on the attack now. Here's Domi. Goes through a couple of Bruins. Comes away with the puck. Long shot. Swayman makes the save on the point shot. Bruins finally get it out to the neutral zone. Much needed. Can at least get a partial change. Here's Bertuzzi. Leafs right back on the attack. Zacha not able to steal. Lowry still stuck out there with Carlo. Here's a long shot. Puck bouncing around. Loose for a second. Bruins send it all the way. That's going to go right in on Wall, so it's no icing. Heinen with a hit on Benoit. Pastrnak comes in and steals the puck. Spin around shot just goes wide. Leafs come up ice now. It's Holmberg. Holmberg run to the end wall there by Grzelcyk. Great defensive play from Matt Grzelcyk. Pastrnak gets it back now. Chips it through the neutral zone. Hops over Zacha's stick. Bruins can't control. They have to regroup and try again. Into the offensive zone. Here's Maroon. He's hit by Lyubushkin. Around it goes. Played up now by Riley. He dumps it. Bruins knock it down along the wall and come back the other way as it bounces off of McAvoy and into the offensive zone. Good pinch there by McAvoy. Shot goes well wide. Lindholm down for Maroon. Has it pop over his stick. Dewar can't get it out. Here's Boquist in front. Shot there. What a save by Wall on Frederick. How did that not go? An incredible pad save as Frederick not able to lift the puck. And Joseph Wall robs him. It stays 1-1. What an absolute goalie show this has turned into. Frederick tried to beat him to the post and tuck it around the pad. It did not work. Huge save from Joseph Wall there. Unbelievable. And that was Boston's probably best opportunity of the game. Probably best opportunity of the game right there, and they don't score. Commercial break here late in the third. 7:27 to go, under 10 minutes remaining. Game still tied 1-1. Can't believe the game is still tied 1-1. Here we go. Back to the action. Offensive zone face-off for the Bruins to the right of Joseph Woll. Woll in for Samsonov in this game. Toronto decides to switch up the goalies, and he has been absolutely phenomenal. Taken back now by the Bruins in their own end. Looking to pass up neutral ice. Not even able to get it over the red line. They just soft dump it into the attacking zone. Leafs take possession. Nylander's pass across. Tavares through his check up into the offensive zone. Zacha comes over to knock the puck away. Up the wall, kept in at the point. Here's Lyubushkin. And he almost turns it over. Nylander comes in to help, walks to the middle. Here comes Toronto down low. Chip through the center, but nobody able to get a piece of it. Tavares had trouble handling that puck. Nylander with a shot. Big save there by Swayman with Nyes right on the doorstep. Taken up now into the offensive zone. Dumped deep again by Toronto. Carlo trying to shield off Domi. Gets past Riley out to neutral ice. 6:15 to go in the third. Played at the red line. Dumped back in by Boston. Around past Woll. First on it is Coyle. Gets it to Marchand. This line's been good in this third period. Long shot there. Trying to find it. It's under Woll. And he squeezes it. Somehow able to find it. And squeezes it under the arm before it popped loose. 5:59 to go in the third. It will be an offensive zone face-off. I'm getting up at 6 tomorrow, Jay, so if it is, I certainly won't be streaming for it. Woll able to squeeze that one. Offensive zone face-off for the Bruins on the way. Still trying to find a way to bust through and get a lead. They've had some quality chances in this third. This should be the final commercial break of the third period. We're under 6 minutes to go. Bruins and Leafs still 1-1. Both goals came back in the first, and it has been a goalie show since. Here we go, getting ready for the puck drop. Lining up to the Wall's left. Bruins win it back. McAvoy for Pastrnak. Pastrnak off of a skate, down low. Maroon back for Pasta to Geeky. Geeky takes the hit, sends the puck all the way around. Maroon plays it deep again. Bruins have the cycle game going. Geeky tries to spin around. That's sticked aside by Wall. Kept in by McAvoy now at the point. He takes a hit. Works it down. And then the Leafs are able to steal along the boards. Järnkrok dumps it in. Here comes Lowry. Dewar gets absolutely run over there by Charlie McAvoy. Bruins bring it up. Here's Coyle. This line right back out there for Boston. Charlie Coyle spins away from his man. Tries to cycle down low, turns it over. 2-on-1 for the Leafs. Domi with Bertuzzi, and Swayman robs Bertuzzi after the cross-ice pass. Horrible turnover from Charlie Coyle, but Swayman bails him out. 5:05 to go, and we have our goalie duel going here in Boston. Offensive zone face-off now for the Leafs. Bruins win the face-off. They get up to Marchand out of the zone. Here's Coyle. Red line dumped in. Around the wall it goes. DeBrusk comes in, lays a hit on Lyubushkin. Riley has the puck, though, gets it up and out to Marner. Leafs can't control in the offensive zone. DeBrusk takes it back for the Bruins. Brought up now, up and into the offensive zone. Here's Riley. Bruins peel off and get a line change. Leafs do as well. Tavares line now out. Pastrnak line comes out for the Bruins. They're riding those top two lines heavy right now. Nyes comes away with the puck. Leafs have it offensive zone. Shot gets blocked by Pastrnak. Nyes again along the boards. He gets hit into the wall. Heinen steals the puck away from him, and the Bruins are able to move up and dump it. Heinen gets absolutely run over. And Pastrnak gets nailed to the wall by Benoit. Both teams will get line changes again as we tick under 4 minutes to go in the third. Mason Lowry, rookie, out there with McAvoy. And McAvoy ices the puck. He never gained the red line. So now the faceoff will come all the way back down to the Bruins' end. Domi's going to get kicked out of the dot. Bertuzzi's going to come in and take it now. Frederick wins it back for Boston, but Lowry gets knocked off the puck by Bertuzzi. Now the Leafs have mucked it up and turned it into a good forecheck for them. Here's Domi. Back to the point. Riley. Over now. Marner. Shot gets blocked. Bruins hard off glass. Marner tries to knock it down. Bruins get it. Up Brazeau. Offensive zone. Pass into the middle. Gets knocked away by the Leafs back check. Gotta get a shot on goal there. Cannot get too cute in the third period of an elimination game. Bruins clear it out again. Simone Benoit goes back. Gets it over to McCabe. Back to Benoit. Bruins dump it back in from the neutral zone. And that went up into the netting. So it's going to be a whistle. Is that deflected out of play with 2:54 to go in the third? Oh, boy. Center ice dot to the red line. Dumped back in by Boston. Bruins back in heavy on the forecheck. Leafs get it out, though. That's through everybody. Yarncrook will chase. Swayman gives it back to Yarncrook. Almost a horrible turnover there, but the Leafs don't capitalize on it. Here's Geeky now with Pastrnak into the offensive zone. Back check steals the puck away from Pasta. Leafs clear it back up and will chase on the forecheck. Here's past Carlo. Riley can't keep it in. DeBrusk with a hit in front of his bench. 2:10 to go here in the third. Bruins can't get the puck out of their zone. Move to the middle of the ice where it's open. Swayman swallows it up and makes a save. There'll be another offensive zone faceoff for Toronto. Unbelievable. Trying to give this game away. Zach, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. 2:03 left. Toronto fighting to keep their season alive. Coyle against Domi in the faceoff dot. 1-1 hockey game right off the draw. Big save there by Swayman. Bruins get to the loose puck. They'll carry out. It's Marchand. Marchand up into the offensive zone. Around the wall, here's Coyle. Coyle, sharp angle shot goes wide. Bruins keep it in. Coyle down low away from Morgan Riley. Back to the point. Wotherspoon. Not really sure what he's doing on the ice at this juncture, but gets one in on goal, and it's cleared out on the rebound by Toronto. Wotherspoon over to Zacha. Zacha to Heinen. Heinen into the offensive zone. Here's Pastrnak. He's pressured immediately. Pastrnak along the wall. Past Zacha. Wotherspoon pinches to keep it in the offensive zone. Around it goes. Up the boards. McAvoy can't hold. Leafs come back the other way. Here's Tavares. Under a minute now to go in the third period. We are so close to a possible overtime. It's played up now. Here's McAvoy. He dumps it in. Around the wall it goes. Puck gets kicked loose. Maroon can't control. Leafs come away with it. 35 seconds left to go here in the third. Game still 1-1. Grzelcyk to Lindholm. Lindholm gets it up past Maroon and out of the zone. Leafs throw it right back in. Lindholm goes back to get it. Final 17 seconds of the period. Just don't do anything stupid here. Bruins are going to try and bring it up ice. Dumped in one last time. Edmondson's on it. Past Marchand, who couldn't steal. Trying to dig it out of the corner. Final seconds. One last shot gets blocked, and that is going to do it. And we are going to overtime, because of course we are. We are going to overtime here between the Bruins and the Leafs, but we've got another whole intermission first, and then, unlike the regular season, it is just full regular hockey. 20 minutes, 5-on-5, First goal wins, and this is going to sudden death. But we've got another intermission here, some more time to kill before the OT period starts. And we'll have some time to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for this overtime period to begin. So, Bruins and Leafs for the first time in this series going to OT. And of course, it's the night that I'm streaming that we get overtime. So, last I checked, it was still 3-3 with the Islanders and Hurricanes, and it is still 3-3. So, that game is still tied. Islanders trying to keep their season going. Carolina trying to finish off the series and move on to round number 2 to take on the New York Rangers. Oh, that must have just happened, Riddled. It did just happen. I was just going to say, I was looking literally at the score on NHL.com. But Carolina just scored. It is now 4-3 Hurricanes. So they get the lead back. Carolina, after blowing the 3-1 lead, gets it back. They're now up 4-3. Still about 15 minutes to go in that game, so that one is far from over. Wait, what? Carolina just scored again? Oh, boy. Just seconds later, Carolina puts back-to-back goals in. How many? Let's see how many seconds apart. 7 seconds apart. Carolina scores 7 seconds apart in the third period, and they're now up 5-3. 2 goals, 7 seconds apart, and now they lead 5-3 after that game was tied. Unbelievable. All right, good night, Steven. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you again soon as these playoffs go on. Oh, boy. I am too tired for this. Whatever happens in this overtime, I hope it's quick. I hope whoever's going to score does it in the first 5 minutes and just gets it over with. Hey, what's going on, Isaac? Welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you in the chat. We're here at the intermission before overtime. We will have sudden death OT coming up with the game and possibly the series on the line. Depending on which team wins this game, the Bruins could end it, or Toronto could force a Game 6 back up in Leafland. Darth Star, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Good to see you. Yeah, we'll see, Vernon. We will see. Still got a little ways to go before the intermission, the period starts here. Just ended already. Yeah, riddled. I think with Carolina scoring 2 goals in 8 seconds or 7 seconds, whatever it was, I don't think the Islanders are coming back from that. I think that series is over. Hey, what's going on, Dan? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Ugh, come on. This intermission is so long. Still got 9 minutes left in this break. Jesus. I don't think there's 9 minutes left. They're saying that puck drop's coming up after this commercial break. So I think the clock on NHL.com is wrong for the intermission. Because we are going to... overtime. OT1 is about to begin after this commercial break. Bruins and Maple Leafs. Of course, this game had to go to overtime. All right. All right, looks like we're back from the commercial break now. Teams coming back out onto the ice. We'll be dropping the puck here shortly. And we're going to play hockey until somebody scores a goal here. Or there's going to be another overtime. We'll see. But I don't know. Both goals in this game came back in the first period. We've since gone 2 full periods without a goal. I feel like at some point somebody's going to put one in the net. And I hope it's early on in this overtime. I hope this doesn't drag on. Let's get out there, make a play, somebody go out and score and end this game. So here we go. Tavares line is going to start for Toronto. Coyle line starts for the Bruins. So it will be the Tavares line against the Coyle line here to open up OT. And off the draw, here we go. Bruins dump it in. Overtime has begun. Marchand tries to get away from Lyubushkin. There's a shot that just goes wide into the middle. Zacha couldn't rip one off. He was on his backhand. Back out high. McAvoy with a shot through traffic. Blocked. And the Leafs get it out of their zone. McAvoy back with it now. Bruins with possession. And overtime, you want to possess the puck as much as possible. Here's DeBrusk through the middle. That one bounces off of a skate and goes wide. Bruins keep it in front. Here's a shot. Save. What a save there by Wall. Somehow saw it and kicked it out. Tried to hit Domi for the breakaway. He got behind Lindholm but couldn't corral the puck. Bruins get it out to the neutral zone. 1 minute has elapsed here in OT. Bruins steal. Here's Lindholm. Got to stay on side. They do. Into the offensive end. Wall easily sticks that one aside as Maroon fired it in, but then goes in heavy on the forecheck. Boston takes advantage of it. Has possession. Here's Frederick. Frederick has the Bruins goal in this game. Maroon cycles to the near side wall, but nobody's there. Now Simone Benoit. He's going to flip it up and out over everybody all the way down. No icing. Swayman leaves it for the defenseman. Around it goes now. Here's Marchand into the offensive end with some speed. Cuts to the middle. Pulls it. Can't get the shot off. Back the other way now. Here's a shot. It's just wide of Swayman by David Kampf. Leafs had numbers entering the zone. Coyle gets back and steals for Boston. Looking for an outlet play. Hops over Marchand's stick. Tavares trying to drive wide through the middle. And Matthew Nyes puts it home. Are you kidding me? Good fucking job, you fucking losers. Can't finish off a single chance they get, and then they give that up. Unbelievable. This team is so fucking pathetic. Nobody covers Nyes. McAvoy and Coyle stand and watch while the puck goes right to Nyes. Unbelievable. While Grizzlick gets muscled to the net by Tavares like he's an 8th grader. This team is so pathetic. Well, there will be a Game 6 in Toronto because the Bruins don't know how to finish anything. Same bullshit as last year. Exact same bullshit as last year. And I will not be surprised if the same thing happens. This team is so pathetic. Thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciate you. I'm going to bed. And not sure when my next stream is going to be, but I'll let you know whenever I do know. But have a great night. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll talk to you again soon. And appreciate you all for the support. Thanks.